Now we are told, by him all things were made, and without him was not anything made that was made, but nothing. And so we invite you now to test Christ in you. Again from the letters of Paul, the 13th chapter, the 5th verse. In fact, read it through to the 7th verse, but I'll quote you the 5th. Examine yourselves to see whether you are holding to the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in thee? Unless, of course, you fail to meet the test. I hope you will discover that we have not failed. And then he gives us a warning. For now he's speaking only of power. Power and wisdom, personified in the form of one called Christ, Jesus. And now he warns us. I hope, and I'll pray to God, that you do not use it in the wrong way. Even if you think, he's implying now, that I have not used it to the full of my knowledge, I'd rather that you hear and feel that I have made a mistake or I have failed than that you use it evilly. Implying, stating quite openly, you can misuse power. Everyone in the world is using this only power, but they don't know it. And so he's trying to bring us to the knowledge of this power and the wise use of it. It's called, as we first quoted it, it's called the pearl of great price. So great is this pearl, so valuable, it takes everything that you own to buy it. Now, you don't go and liquidate your stocks and bonds. You don't sell your homes. You don't sell anything in the world of stuff. But it takes everything that you now believe in, other than it, to pay for it. You believe in astrology, you've got to sell it. You believe in numerology, in teacup leaves, in numerology, in all these things. No matter what you believe in as a power to control you, you've got to sell it. It takes the belief, all these beliefs, and you've got to sell them. No one's going to buy them from you, but you give them up as valueless. Therefore, there's no price attached, no value whatsoever. But you can't hold on to one thing you now believe in as a power that controls your life and still hope to buy the pearl of great price. Everything you now believe in, whether it be even the drugs that you take, even the things, the diets, if you're a vegetarian, you think that's the way to God. If you're a meat eater, you think that's the way to God. If you are a non-smoker, non-drinker, that's the way to God. Or if you are a smoker and a drinker, and that's the way to God. There is no way to God but Christ. I am the way. There is no other way. Way to what? To everything in this world, but especially to the Father. No one comes unto the Father but by me. And here he defines it, that he is the only way in the world to everything in this world that you and I seek. And it takes everything that we own as to beliefs that we think are powers to guide our life to pay for that pearl of great price. If you think for one moment you can hold on to one little thing, in the event this doesn't work, you can't buy the pearl. And so when I buy the pearl, I go all out and live by it. And there is no other being in the world, just this pearl. And I live by it. And this pearl is your own wonderful human imagination. That's Christ. Now, I see her in the audience tonight. Last Friday night, this sweet lady told me this story. She went into the baker to buy the usual things that we buy when we go to a bakery. And the lady who waited on her didn't look well. And she, without asking the reasons for her present appearance, in her own mind's eye, when she got home, she talked to her as though she stood before her physically. She didn't sit down, she didn't relax, didn't go into a trance, just brought her before her mind's eye and heard her say that she felt so well. And she complimented her on the way she looked. She looked so well. And this was a communion between two souls, how she looked so well. And she believed in the reality of her imaginal act. 1 week later, she goes back into the same bakery. And here is this lady, same lady, but radiant. So radiant, it prompted a response from this one. And she said, "But you look so well. What has happened?" Well, she said, "This past week I inherited some money. I paid all of my bills. I paid everything that I owed in this world. And so I have no debts and I have money." Now, this lady is totally unaware of the gift she received from the lady who is present here tonight. Totally unaware of it. Now, listen to these words and try to put any other interpretation upon them in the world, and then tell me if you can. This is from the 25th chapter of the book of Matthew. "Inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it unto me." You don't need the consent of any being in this world to hear good news for them. You don't have to say, "Do you want me to hear it? Do you want praise?" If you ask them in advance, "Should I hear good news for you?" you're only asking. In the event that it works, they'll praise you or in some way give you something. You don't ask anyone for their permission to hear good news. For inasmuch as you have heard it, as you have done it, to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it unto me.